navigates what we call as a global reset, India is stepping forward to lead with purpose. Now, our next speaker embodies this new dynamism, having served 5 terms as a member of parliament in India and representing India's youth and parliamentary leadership on the international stage. He's a strong voice for strategic collaboration and nation building, and he's a key figure in India's engagement with the world. Take a look.
The world is in reset mode. Supply chains rewritten, alliances tested, new leaders emerging. Amid this disruption, India is not just adapting, it is leading, with the fastest growing major economy, with resources, innovation, and resilience. Guiding this vision are leaders who understand both economy and governance, voices that represent India's strategy in the global reset. One such voice is a parliamentarian, policymaker, and national leader. Please welcome Member of Parliament and Chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Coal, Mines and Steel.
Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for Shri Anurag Thakur, sir. Requesting you to please take the stage first before we start asking you some questions. Please, first, time for your address.
Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. My greetings and namaskar on behalf of 1.4 billion people from Bharat, that is India. This place, this occasion are of great significance. We are in Germany speaking about India's role in the global reset. Germany has been a great friend of India, and our friendship has stood the rigorous test of time. So I want to use this opportunity to thank my German friends and counterparts, for together we will have to be ready for the greatest Indo-German stride. I express my heartfelt thanks to the TV9 for inviting me to participate in the 3rd edition of News9 Global Summit. For me and all of us, TV9 is not just a news channel, it is TV Mine. TV9 has set a very high global standard of journalism. At a time when malicious campaigns or attempts are being made to propagate vindictive narratives against democratic and progressive nations like ours, TV9 has consistently championed the truth. You have your eyes on the rise of India, and you have consistently and accurately reported about India's transformative decade under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We are a democratic and inclusive society with a visionary leadership at the helm. It is a nation rediscovering its potential and redefining its role. So let me offer you some insight and opening ground on the role India playing in the new global order. Coincidentally, I had the opportunity to visit Germany February this year. We had a great length of discussion with our German counterparts over policies, electoral dynamics, parliamentary democracy, economy of both nations. And during the conversation, one of them commented that India has really pressed the refreshed button of the global order. I responded that India has not pressed the refreshed button, but India has pressed the reset button of the global order. It is no surprise that I have been invited to speak on the same topic today. From February to October, so much has happened on the global front concerning India. We have suffered a deadly and unprovoked terrorist attack on our soil in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir. The terrorist had the audacity to ask the religion before killing the innocent civilians. And you all know which nation was behind this attack? The same country which has consistently maintained its global standing as the world's sole exporter of terrorism. For decades, the global superpowers have always told us to live in peace with Pakistan and its terrorism because we can't change our neighbor. This is how terrorism has been defended at the cost of global peace, prosperity, and the lives of innocent civilians. But while we can't change our neighbor, we have certainly ensured that those who sponsor or shelter terror understand there are consequences for crossing the line. And the world had witnessed the kind of devastation India can leash upon the evils and their masters. I swear, India showed only a fraction of its military might. India will respond to any terrorist attack or hostile activity on its soil with a measured military action. And the international community has recognized and accepted this stance. I was part of the delegation sent by Prime Minister Modi to various parts of the world, and Germany to other nations. All of them expressed solidarity with India in the fight against terrorism. Sorry, world can't tolerate double standards. Two sets of definitions, two sets of prescriptions, two sets of remedies for addressing the same crime. India has effectively reset the previously convenient approach of terrorism. Today, India and the rest of the world are on the same page that terrorism in any form is a menace to the global peace and prosperity. My dear friends, a decade back, India was among the fragile 5 economies of the world, but today I can proudly say India is the 4th largest economy of the world. And soon, as Mr. Virmani said, India is going to be the 3rd largest economy of the world. With a strong and stable government enabling a robust democratic model of governance, the ever-growing consumption class, and undying spirit of enterprise, India is within its goal of being soon becoming the 3rd largest economy. India believes in the era of collaboration and convergence rather than conflict or confrontation. We are a just and equitable global trade order. We are in support of that, and we are working assiduously towards stitching the India-EU FTA. We did that recently with the UK. India cherishes its ever-growing ties with Germany at the bilateral fora and wants to showcase it as a symbol of mutual trust and growth. I'm happy that News9 has scheduled this bilateral forum to celebrate 25 years of India-Germany partnership. And as they say, sky isn't the limit. And imagine how the next 25 years will plan out for both the nations, marking growth across domains, especially in the newest technologies like artificial intelligence, climate, and on the human side, skill and talent opportunities. We are steadily emerging as the world's most sought-after consumer market. Today we shine as the world's most resilient, self-reliant, diversified, growth-oriented economy that believe in empowering the last man of the socio-economic order. Our economy has 3D model: self-reliance, self-defense, and self-confidence. When the world economy was crumbling under the weight of once-in-a-century pandemic, Indian economy saw a rise. We resolved to move in a massive way to realize the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, a self-reliant and confident India. We know how to cruise our economy out of crisis while we have been a textbook case how to unite the nation under one man or one under leadership. Today, India is the 3rd largest manufacturer in the automobile sector, 2nd largest in the steel, largest milk producer, largest digital payments made, and so on. So, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world of realities, at times harsh, often discriminatory, undeniably uneven. India has often advocated for a just global order and a level playing field for all. This is a bedrock of India's diplomacy, and we firmly believe in it. We are committed to a multilateral world trade order. Friends, India has a commitment towards Global South. Global governance is marked by deep divides and inequities. Most global challenges are created by Global South, are not created by the Global South, but they affect us the most. We, the developing nations, are compelled to shoulder the greatest cost of crises like climate change, pandemics, debt, even when our role in causing them is minimal. The time has come to reset the global templates, rewrite the global rules, rather than be the passive recipients. More than responsibility, it is a call for conscience and to be the voice of Global South. Prime Minister Modi has sought to position India as both the bridge builder and a voice of the Global South. The whole purpose is to reshape the global governance and to be more inclusive of priorities of developing nations. We are not only advancing economic growth, digital empowerment, socio-economic infrastructure at home, but we are also extending our help and support to the nations of the Global South. This is not a statement of intent, but a record of concrete action. The voice of Global South is the voice of India. The priorities of the Global South are the priorities of India. India has undertaken more than 600 development projects in 78 Global South countries, and we are more inclusive than exclusive. My dear friends, in the field of clean and green technology, India has taken a leading role, implementing numerous decisive actions and innovative solutions. We believe there should be synergy among energy, economy, and ecology. In this way, we can reduce the carbon footprint and increase the green footprint. We have repeatedly urged the developing nation, we have repeatedly urged the developed nation to cut down or reduce their carbon footprint by 2050. Ensuring sustainable energy along with a clean and green planet can be achieved if we could move from conventional to the non-conventional mode of energy. For this objective, Global South and Global North will have to come together. This collaboration includes democratization of technology, financial assistance to the developing and the least developed countries, which are grappling with the energy needs, energy deficiency. Today, India and Germany has mobilized global opinion about the use of renewable energy. I can name at least 4 major initiatives of global partnership initiated by India, namely International Solar Alliance, Global Biofuel Alliance, Mission Life, One Sun, One World, One Grid. Friends, India has set a target of 500 gigawatt non-fossil capacity by 2030, and we are taking every step to meet the target. I can assure you, we won't wait for 2030. We're going to achieve it much before that. Presently, our renewable energy capacity is at 250 gigawatt. Over 50% of India's installed energy capacity comes from the non-fossil fuels. We are the 4th largest in the renewable energy, 4th largest in the wind, and 3rd largest in the solar capacity. I have a 6-point action agenda for India-Germany leadership. If you allow, let me outline the practical agenda, concrete, actionable, and time-bound, so that this summit here in Stuttgart catalyzes a roadmap for delivery. Green energy and industrial decarbonization, resilient and rule-based trade, technology and supply chain partnerships, innovation, startup and research bridges, skill and vocational collaboration, climate finance and sustainable infrastructure. So let me come one by one. Green energy and industrial decarbonization. We need joint projects in green hydrogen, electrolyzer manufacturing, and industrial decarbonization can accelerate both nations' climate goals. India offers scale and demand. Germany offers technology and standards. And let us start a target for launching at least 3 pilot green hydrogen hubs, shared manufacturing partnerships by 2027. resilient rule-based trade, tariff volatility, and ad hoc trade measures have harmed investments and jobs. We should strengthen mutual recognition of standards, deepen custom cooperation, and prioritize predictable trade rules that protect industries on both sides. A joint India-Germany Trade and Standard Forum could meet annually to monitor and resolve friction. Technology and supply chain partnership. From semiconductors to advanced materials and automotive electrification, we must move from buyer-seller relationship to a co-development, joint R&D labs, shared test beds, co-investment in fabs and component clusters. Karlsruhe and Stuttgart are ideal innovation hubs and nodes to pilot such clusters. Innovation, startup, and research bridges. We must facilitate two-way flow of talent and capital, joint incubators, exchange fellowship of PhDs, dual degree programs between our universities and applied research centers, and India-Germany Innovation Corridor would institutionalize these ties. As Mr. Varmani was saying about the education and the skilling part, I think Germany is a good model of dual education system. We have a demographic advantage. You have the dual education system which can work together, and for that skilling and vocational collaboration. Indian industry, so the industry needs skilled technicians. German dual training models can be adapted at scale in India. Let us establish vocational training partnership that certifies hundreds of thousands of young Indians in advanced manufacturing and green tech skills over the next 5 years. Last not the least, climate finance and sustainable infrastructure. We must scale blend finance solutions to de-risk green investments in emerging markets. German institutional capital, Indian demand, and multilateral co-financing can mobilize the funds required for climate resilient infrastructure and energy transitions. India today has a lot to offer to the VUCA world. Its old age calling card for peace, brotherhood, amity is a global acceptance template. India has the unique advantage of democracy, demography, diversity, digitization to offer to the world. It is an unrivaled template where at one level the civilizational dividend marries the digital prowess to aim for an inclusive growth worldwide. Yes, of course, India is ever willing to learn from the best. We believe in adopting for the best global practices for global good. The immediate case in point being the Indo-German collaboration. Our ethos stems from our core ideology of Vasudev Kutumbakam, meaning the world is one family, and we firmly believed in that. We practice it as a way of life. India is set and ready to take on the responsibility of leading in the era of disruption and reset. It is neither aligned nor non-aligned. It is committed to serving the interest of 1.4 billion people and share the learning of global good. Together we win, and together we strive for a better future for humanity at large. Thank you for the patient listening, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Sir, requesting you to please take the stool, bar stool, so that we can have the Q&A session with Shri. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Thakur. I think that was a brilliant speech. You actually outlined 6 agenda points for us, which I think we will take very seriously and incorporate in the next summit. One of the questions that's going to come to mind of all the German investors who are here today, well, fine, you're calling us to do all these and partner for across various activities and sectors, but what is the incentive, or how can Indian government facilitate or incentivize them to, for example, even bring their internship or the apprenticeship program? Because once the government steps in, I think they have the comfort to put in their commitment to the thing. So how, first of all, let's address the issue of skilling, Anuragji. How can we incentivize German companies? Because that is really is the need of the hour. We talked about the demographic dividend. Dr. Virmani also talked about it. How can we incentivize more skilling to happen in India?
I think it's the need of the hour. You need a mic or
Yeah.
can I go there? I can go there.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
I think the India has the advantage of demography. Nowhere in the world you will find a population between 15 to 19 years of 400 million. Only India can offer that. Demography is the advantage. Now, as I said about Germany, dual education system is the advantage which worked well for them. We have made the changes in the policy. We also have the internship program where government is spending more than 5,000 crore rupees only for the internship with the corporate houses. Secondly, we have thousands of crore rupees earmarked, budgeted for the skilling part. Under the Prime Minister Modi government, we have a separate Ministry of Skills. So it's much easier to, have the partnership collaboration among the government to government, industry to industry, and there are so many German industries already working in India where we can take up the German language course and also the skills which can match the German standards. Before coming to Germany, they can also do some internship or work with the German factories in India for a few months or for a year rather than coming directly to Germany. This will help to bridge the gap. What is lacking in Germany? They need a young manpower for their industries. They need a young workforce, and India is the only alternative.
Right.
And as far as the industry is concerned, apart than skilling, when Prime Minister Modi took over as the Prime Minister in the year 2014, the total compliance burden from the national to the state to the municipality level used to be 63,000 compliances. Today it has been brought down to 24,000. And every month we are cutting down on the compliance burden and making much easier as far as the ease of doing business is concerned. Our ranking in the area of ease of doing business is getting better and better.
Right. A related question to that, Mr. Thakur, is the fact that India is a federal country. We are comprised of so many different states. How can we incentivize states to offer single window clearances? For example, Maharashtra, we have the industry minister sitting here with us today. We are fortunate to have him, and the chief minister will be addressing us. Maharashtra is the home to the largest FDI investment in India. So it's a state which is very, very investor friendly. How can we create more such templates in other states, not necessarily, let's say, ruled by BJP, but how do we make sure that India as one offers the same face to global investors?
I sometimes believe that Prime Minister Modi has a solution for every problem. If you look at his past speeches, he spoke about cooperative federalism and also the competitive federalism. Whereas we should cooperate as building capacities, we must compete to get more and more investment into our states. And that is why Maharashtra is here, one of the leading states of India. And a young dynamic chief minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, is leading it from the front. And Mumbai is the financial capital. So if you look at, we have an advantage of, on one hand, the demography, the young population. On the other hand, skills to the local market, which is of large size. The ports, a large coastal area to connect to the world. So I personally feel on one hand, the country is investing a lot. If you look at India's investment into the capital investment, it is the highest ever. And if I have to mention about, in 2014 we have 74 airports, today we have 160 airports. 2014 we have 5 cities connected with metro, today we have 21. From medical colleges from 380 to 760. Every sector you see the investment is growing. But when you talk about the industry, we need more partnership and collaboration. Standing in Germany, in Stuttgart, I would like to say, my first visit to Germany was way back in 1995, 30 years back. When as a young entrepreneur, I used to manufacture hand tools. I came here to participate in a clone hardware fair. And for many years, I used to come here and sell my products. But I've seen the change. They talked about learning German language today. At that time, they never used to speak in English. It was very difficult to communicate at that time. Today they are speaking English very fluently, the German people. So with time you need to change. We are ready to learn German language. We know how to learn languages and how to do well as an entrepreneur also. I mean.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Thakur. A big round of applause for the Minister.
Shri Anurag Thakurji requesting to please stay on stage. Sir. Shri Anurag Thakurji, please come back on stage. And requesting Mr. Varun Das to please present him with the shawl. And of course, the jersey from 4FB Stuttgart. Nadine, please go ahead.
My birthday also comes in this month only. I think the leader is the one who has a vision, who can foresee. At least Varun should have foreseen my birthday comes also in this month.
So we still have chance to extend the summit till your birthday comes, as long as you are staying back. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.